Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and this Supreme Court bombshell, it could change the entire election. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. And if you're not watching us on YouTube, look over there in the lower right-hand corner. You see that right there? It says youtube.com/@explainamerica. Type that into your browser. Don't forget the @ symbol. And give us a free subscription. It really helps us keep bringing you the pro-Trump conservative news. Guys, you know they want to change the Supreme Court, and now Joe Biden's got nothing to lose. He's not campaigning for re-election. So the question is, will he pack the Supreme Court? Forget all the other term limits, nonsense, amendment ideas he wants to push. Those aren't a big deal because they're never going to pass. But packing the Supreme Court, he can do that on his own. No Congress needed, nothing. Elizabeth Warren, the senator from Massachusetts, she was promoting that idea today on the Sunday talk shows. And it makes you wonder if Kamala Harris is on board with this. Because if she is, and she has to be asked about it, the media has to do their job and ask her about it. If she's on board with this, well, this could change the entire election because it can galvanize those people who are on the fence that really don't like either candidate but don't want to see our court eroded. It can mobilize those people to go vote and to vote for Donald Trump. Because here's what happens. Let's say Kamala Harris, God forbid, was the president, and she puts 2 more, 3 more, 4 more justices in the Supreme Court that are liberal. And now they get all the decisions they want. And then a Republican gets in the White House, and he adds 5 justices. And then the decisions go back the other way. And then a liberal comes in, and they add more justices. And then a Republican, and more justices. And the decisions of the court keep changing. The court loses all credibility. Our entire system of government collapses. That's what's at stake here. These people are totalitarians. And that's what's at stake. And I believe this could mobilize voters and change the entire election. I want you to hear what Elizabeth Warren has to say, and then tell me in the comments if you agree with me.
One of the issues President Biden said he would focus on in the remainder of his term is reform of the U.S. Supreme Court. Among the changes he's reportedly considering are term limits and an enforceable ethics code for justices. Now, you've been working on this issue in the Senate. What realistically do you think you could get through Congress? Not what should be, but what do you think you could actually accomplish?
Yeah, well, I think we've got all the Democrats who are ready for meaningful ethics reform to bind the Supreme Court. And we're working on changes to the Supreme Court. It can be term limits. It could be adding the number of justices, things we can do without having to have a constitutional amendment. I think what President Biden is doing is think about this moment. Here is a man who's been a transformative president. He's got an enormous amount done. And yet he has stepped away and he has passed the torch to Kamala Harris. Why has he done that? He's done it as an act of patriotism for our nation. And he is saying we not only have to have a president who is here for the nation and who will heal us and bring us together, we also have to change our Supreme Court, because right now we have a Supreme Court that has basically jumped the guardrails and is out there giving power to the president, saying that the president can commit any act that the president wants, saying that Congress cannot authorize agencies to act. So we've got a Supreme Court that is actively undermining our democracy. And I think what Joe Biden will do over the next 6 months is he's going to keep drawing that to the attention of the American people and reminding them when they vote in November, the Supreme Court is on the ballot. And that is a good reason to vote for Kamala Harris and to vote for Democrats in both the Senate and the House.